New York Football Giant fans. Here we are once again discussing what's coming up next. Sunday, the New York Football Giants will be playing in Munich, in Deutschland, and they will be going up against the Panthers, who, let's just be real, Giants are 2-7. The Panthers, I think, are 2-7 as well. So it's a battle of the bums. Who can get to the bottom quicker? You know, what I'm hoping for is the Panthers just tank their game this week because I got the Giants on my pick'em. Other than that, I expect the worst that's going to happen. I think I showed this to you guys before. It's an old school item. This is just before the Ravens, who played an incredible game tonight against Cincinnati. They beat the brakes off the Giants in the Super Bowl with, Coach. That's bad. It's really bad. I can't think of this coach's name. I'm thinking of Danny Cannell because Danny Cannell was there. But this was a guy who said, yo, I put it on my back. I take responsibility. Good coach. God rest his soul. I just can't think of his name right now. It's terrible. Anyway, over here, I got the old school Rodney Hampton joint. Rodney Hampton back in the day. And that came directly from Modell's. And then over here, I also got the great Eli Manning white jersey, the jersey that was in the Super Bowl. It's fantastic. Let's talk about the sorry ass, knuckle brains, clown ass fool that is Joe Schoen. I just read a Google article just now. This is the reason why I'm even making this video right now at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Yo, Xavier McKinney, they're talking about might end up being the defensive player of the year if he keeps going in the direction he's going. I think he has 6 interceptions. So you got rid of 2 captains on the team when last year you could have went and made Daniel Jones a franchise player. You could have did that. Maybe even you could even say that the year before. 2 years in a row because this guy's not showing what he needs to show. And at 9-7-1 is your best record between the two of yous, Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll. I want to see you out the door so bad I could taste it. And your own actions are putting you there. When you got a guy who's a team captain that's unbelievable, Xavier McKinney, and a fan favorite. And then Saquon Barkley, which for 6 years has been a fan favorite. And you get rid of him, and the guy is literally jumping backwards over people. So much so, I read an article tonight that they want to test him for performance-enhancing drugs. No, man. It's somebody doing 600-pound squats, coming off of these bad injuries and not wanting to be affected by those injuries, and got heart, has soul, has love for New York, comes from the Bronx, has love for the New York Giants, and you, Joe Schoen, the biggest moron, management, mid-level, I never did shit myself in their life, guy, got rid of the guy. You got rid of the guy. And Xavier McKinney as well, you know? And for that, there was a way for have Jihad Ward to still be on this team. When you got a name like Jihad Ward and you're making plays, and you're supposed to have Ojulari, you got Thibodeau, you got Brian Burns, you got Lawrence, and there might even be an argument that Williams should have never been dealt out the city of Seattle. And you got your team that you need as a powerhouse team. And now you just got to build the offensive line. You got to pay somebody. Why not pay what you know than what you don't know and that you got to develop? pretty pathetic, pretty sad. And I'm really thinking to myself that your ass should maybe think that there's another job for you somewhere. Maybe you go work at McDonald's because all you do is make bad decisions. And it's going to end up being that the way things are going, definitively, if Saquon's not the number one back in the league, he'll be the number two behind maybe King Henry. And Xavier McKinney may end up being the number one and number two defensive player for the year as well. If he can stay healthy and everything is what it is. But one thing we know is that you don't have any ability to assess talent that you would give this man $160 million. And that was Saquon Barkley's money that you gave him. And that was Xavier McKinney's money that you gave him. And you could also maybe say it was fucking Williams too that just dealt out to fucking Seattle. Every time I look at Joe Shane's face, all I can think about is how much of a failure you are. And can't think about the New York Giants in Hard Knocks. And you're going, I don't know what it's like to hand off a football to $40 million guy. Yo, you is a sucker, man. You're a moron. You're a blemish on the history of the New York Giants. And the sooner that you're gone, the better off we're going to be. Because I've had it with you. That's it. Let's go, New York Football Giants. Let's get Louis Riddick. Let's get Brian Flores as the head coach. Louis Riddick as the GM. And let's get, as a secondary thought, just for you guys, because you're our people that know the New York Giants, how about getting Bill Belichick as the GM and Steve Spagnuolo as the head coach? I can guarantee you either one of those scenarios is 10 million times better than the bullshit that's been handed to us by Brian Daboll and especially Joe Shane. And if we got to get rid of somebody, let's get rid of Joe Shane and put in Louis Riddick and give Brian Daboll one more year. But I can't go the opposite direction. I can't say get rid of Daboll and keep Joe Shane, who got rid of the best damn running back that's been around for a long time in Saquon effing Barkley. There you go. That's my feelings at 4 o'clock in the morning, thinking about this guy, reading these articles, and having to be triggered. But you've triggered me my whole season. But I know one thing, your asses better win this game against the Panthers. You better win this game and be the lame 3-17. I've had it. Let's go New York Football Giants without Brian Daboll and especially without Joe Shane, the mid-management moron that should be playing, I don't know, badminton somewhere.